Today is day 75 of 75 Hard. So we wanted to share some tips, how it went for us, and what helped.
Let's go.
The guy who started 75 Hard calls it a mental toughness program. It is not a workout program.
It's free to do it, and basically it's just you follow these certain steps, which include
2 45-minute workouts per day. One of them has to be outside.
Mm-hmm.
You have to drink a gallon of water per day, read 10 pages of a personal development book. Not any book, personal development book.
You have to take a daily progress picture, and then you have to follow a diet. And that's kind of a loose term, and no alcohol.
According to their website, over 100,000 people from around the world have completed 75 Hard, which is pretty cool.
The guy who created it, his name is Andy Frisella. Apparently he has a book. I know he has a podcast. We haven't read the book. We haven't listened to the podcast. He's just the guy who created it. Here are our top 7 tips for doing 75 Hard, what worked for us, what might help you out as well.
The first one is habit stacking. So the way that habits work is our brain sees a cue, and when we see that cue, we immediately follow it with a behavior. Habit stacking attaches whatever new habit you're trying to do to the cue and the habit that you already have. So if every morning when you wake up, you make coffee, you attach the new habit that you're trying to add, like a glass of water with it. So you wake up, you make coffee, and you have the glass of water, and now you have this little routine and a set of habits.
Number 2 kind of goes with number 1, what she was just saying, like get her done in the morning. That was something that we tried to do, is get as much of the daily challenge out of the way first thing in the morning. So like we would wake up, we would drink a lot of water, we'd do at least one workout early in the morning, try to get as much done early as you can.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're just way too tired and you're gonna have a lot less motivation. The third one is to make a plan. So the night before, we would plan our next day of when we're gonna do our workouts, when we're gonna read, all of that, so that we don't get to 4 o'clock and go, oh, we have 2 45-minute workouts to do now.
Tip number 4, and this is specifically for the water part of the challenge, is have water nearby. Like we always kept our water bottles with us. She'd bring them to work. I'd always keep mine full and with me, and having a big jug of water, a hydro flask, a gallon, makes it a lot easier.
This goes along with our habit stacking. In order to get our reading in, we attach that to our bedtime routine. So we went to bed 10-15 minutes earlier and read before we fell asleep.
Tip number 6, and this might not be doable for everyone, but I feel like everyone could find at least one friend to do it with. And that's basically just like do it with a partner, doing it with a friend. It helps keep you accountable because I feel like you're a little bit more likely to cheat yourself and less likely to cheat someone else.
And even if you can only do one workout a day with them, it's just one more thing of someone making sure that you're doing that workout.
Last one, tip number 7, is use the app. This was really beneficial for us because it just helps you know what day you're on. It helps you kind of check off all the boxes. It's a really simple and easy to use app, and it stores all your daily progress pictures, so that was nice. So those were our 7 tips to hopefully make 75 hard, not so hard. What do you think the hardest part was?
For me, it was when we traveled. We didn't have our routine when we traveled. So making sure that we were reading, making sure that we were getting in enough water and working out at the same time and everything like that, we didn't have any of that. So it made it really tough.
Along those same lines, just like busy days in general, where you got a full day and then it's like 5 or 6 in the evening and you're like, oof, I still gotta get a second workout in. Or, I realized I was so busy in meetings I didn't drink water.
And depending on your diet, busy days can really interfere with cooking and things like that. It's 5 o'clock, you have to work out. After your workout, you want to shower, and now it's 6:30, 7 o'clock, and you have to start dinner because you can't get takeout. So it's definitely a lot.
So I think the diet component is an interesting piece of 75 Hard, and it's really where you can make it a lot harder or easier, I think. And something that we did is my diet was no added sugar.
Mine was no processed foods.
Those aren't the most strict diets ever. Like, a really strict diet, for example,
be like 1,200 calories a day, and these are my macros and all of that. Like, you have to count every single thing. Whereas with our diets, we could find meals to eat out and still be within range.
So it's really finding like the diet that's going to challenge you, but ultimately you know yourself, you know what's impossible and what is possible.
The other thing I want to bring up is that when you hear 45-minute workout, you think, oh, I'm dripping sweat and my heart rate's at 180 and you're dead tired after, but that's not the case. It's just that it has to be an intentional workout. So that could be yoga or a walk, as long as you're doing it with intention.
And to celebrate, I have already ordered a cake to be delivered from Milk Bar in LA.
The best, cake's insane, but they have everything else too. It's my favorite place. When did you order it?
I ordered it a couple days ago.
You ordered it a couple days ago. I just found out tonight, and I'm so excited.
I feel like we got everyone so focused, like, yeah, workout, 75 hard. And then we're like, but cake too. So now maybe you're thinking about cake. But anyways, let us know in the comments if you think you will decide to do 75 hard. If you have any additional questions for us, maybe we could answer those over on our Instagram. But thanks so much for watching, and please consider subscribing.